guys, it's TT. Welcome back to the channel. I am back with another exciting video for you guys. So as a lot of you guys know, I'm a big Marvel Comics fan, but a lot of people were wondering when I was gonna do a DC Comics video. We also got a lot of requests to do another Lego video, so today I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone with this guy right here, the 1989 Batmobile. So this is set 76139. It's 3,306 pieces, and it's recommended for ages 16 and up. Now, of course, this was the Batmobile from the 1989 movie, which I was a huge fan of. I actually saw this in the movie theaters twice, once the day it came out, and then I took my little brother to it a couple months later. Before we get into the Lego set, I actually have a few pieces of memorabilia that I've been hanging on to all these years. So first off, I have the actual movie theater tickets. Here's my ticket right here, and here's my brother's right here. We saw it on August 23rd, 1989. So he was only 9 years old at the time, and this was a PG-13 movie, so I guess my parents trusted me enough to bring him, but I think this was actually his very first PG-13 movie. I also have the official comic adaptation of the movie, pretty much the entire movie in this one-shot comic book. I also have the official souvenir magazine. This was like the movie to see in 1989. It was sort of like the Avengers Endgame of 1989. I also collected these trading cards right here. This is the official Topps Batman movie trading cards. We get a lot of cool characters. We got Bruce Wayne, Alfred, the Joker, Vicki Vale, Commissioner Gordon, and even Orlando Calrissian. So as you can see, I was a big fan of the movie when it first came out, and I'm still a big fan now. It's even more exciting that they have this Batmobile right here in Lego form. We've got a nice picture of the Batmobile on the front, and here is a look at the back. So in addition to the Batmobile, it looks like we get 3 minifigures in this set. We've got Vicki Vale, Batman, and the Joker. We also get this nice little base that you can spin the Batmobile around. As far as dimensions go, it's 60.8 centimeters or 23.9 inches long and 14.7 centimeters or 5.8 inches high. Looks like the cockpit slides open. We've got a very clean looking seating area, and it also has some hidden machine guns just like in the movie. Okay, so it's time to open this up and show you guys what's inside. Box 1, oh, we've got box 1 and a bunch of other pieces. Got bag 15, bag 12,
bag 20, bag 13, bag 22. And our instruction manual. So we've got a really nice instruction booklet right here. It's got a picture of the actual car on the front, as well as the Batman logo on the back.
We also have some stickers. So here are all the pieces. It's time to build. Okay guys, so here it is, the 2019 Lego 1989 Batmobile. So let's start off with the minifigures. So as I mentioned before, we get 3 minifigures with this set, and we also get this nice little base build. This is not a minifigure scale model, but these minifigures here are just for display. If you try to put them in the seats, you're not gonna have much fun. And it's really cool that they give you this little stand to display them on. It is a concrete rooftop ledge. We've got 2 little gargoyles on each side, little horns and wings. So let's start off with the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman here. He's got his all black costume on. Some nice printing on the front as well as on the back. When you remove his cowl, you actually don't see his bat emblem on his front. He does have 2 faces, one with his mouth closed and one with it slightly opened. He does have eyeballs and the little white headband, and that is because once you put the cowl on, we need to see his whited out eyes and not his pupils. He comes with a little grappling hook. However, they don't give you an extra hook, but there are 2 on the vehicle that you can stick in there if you want. He also comes with a couple batarangs as well. So the coolest thing about this minifigure is this cowl and cape combo sculpt. It's all one piece. We also have a nice yellow and black emblem that's printed on the front. It's made of a rubbery material, very flexible. It was made to mimic the suit that was worn in the movie. And as you can see, you cannot move the minifigure's head. And that was actually the case in the movie where Michael Keaton had a hard time turning his head. Very cool minifigure. Next up, we have the Jack Nicholson Joker. Very nice printing on the face. He's got that really freaky looking smile. He's got a nice purple outfit on. Comes with a hat, a lighter shade of purple for his gloves. He comes with a little pistol. He's got plaid pants, a polka dot tie, and a little water squirting flower on his lapel. His head is completely white and his teeth are kind of yellowed out. I remember being very creeped out by this guy when I saw the movie. And our third minifigure, they also throw in of Vicki Vale. She's got a green outfit on. She almost looks like the Statue of Liberty came to life. She's got the nice blonde hair. She does come with a camera. This is not a DSLR, it's probably an SLR, since digital cameras weren't around in 1989. But it's got a nice big lens on there. She's ready to take some selfies on the rooftop with her 2 buddies here. Okay guys, so that was a look at the 3 minifigures. We'll just keep them on the base right there. I think I'll display them like this. Obviously, sticking them on the set doesn't really look right. So now let's move on to the Batmobile. So right off the bat, we can see we have the information sticker plate right there. And the Batmobile is actually sitting on its own buildable turntable, which is kind of cool if you want a giant Batmobile fidget spinner. Just spin it around like that. Maybe a new version of spin the bottle. I prefer the Batmobile actually being on all 4 wheels. You just lift it up like this, take it off. Here's a closer look at that turntable. It's a very simple build here, very symmetrical. It just attaches to a little opening on the bottom of the Batmobile. It doesn't connect with any studs, any pins. Just put these in the empty spaces and set it down and you're good to go. So we'll put this aside right now because I think the car looks a little bit better without it. And here's a look all the way around. So this car is very black and glossy, so you have to be careful not to handle it too much. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a lot of smudges and fingerprints. So this build is super cool. It looks very much like the real Batmobile. It's got some cool features as well. In the front, we have this giant intake. I think the Batmobile took a lot of design elements from the Harrier jet. And here we can see the big cone in the front. We have 2 little headlights on the bottom. So a fun fact is that the real Batmobile actually used upside down Honda Civic lights for the headlights. And here we have some transparent yellow pieces to simulate that. Each of those lights has a little sticker on the back, so you can't quite see through it. The vehicle itself has a lot of different little curves. It always fascinates me how the designers are able to come up with some of these curvy lines. So this build wasn't too difficult. There were 24 numbered bags. However, there weren't any duplicate numbers within that set. And most of the bags were pretty small and manageable. So we didn't have to sort through a whole table full of pieces, which is always nice. And I was able to build this pretty quickly. It is a really sturdy build as well. It does utilize a lot of Technic pieces for the internal structure. With the exception of a few places, it's pretty solid. One of the things people didn't like about this, and I have to agree with them, is that there's a little hump right here in the front, whereas the real car was very smooth in the front, very aerodynamic. There's this like one little seam and bump that makes it look not as smooth. It doesn't look terrible, however, if you're comparing it to the original, it's one of the things that doesn't really match up. But going along, the rest of the body looks really nice. I love how it kind of curves in, gets skinny in the middle, and then flares out again in the back. We have a lot of little details along the sides. They use like a row of roller skates stacked up one on top of the other for this little detail here. We've got big exhaust pipes, and on each side we have a grappling hook. In the movie, this actually shoots out to the side in order to make a tight turn. It's cool they added that little detail because that is in the movie. There's also a little printed plate on each side as well. We've got 4 wheels on this guy. The front wheels are actually smaller than the rear wheels, and the rear wheels are actually the same wheels they used in the tumbler set. We've had that set sitting in our closet for years. If you guys want to see that set, make sure to leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll build it on a future video. So going on to the back of the car, I really like the design here. We have the 2 big fins. It's not quite as Batwing looking as the original. However, they use some little half arch pieces in the back to kind of give it that winged look. We have, looks like some vents, some exhaust on the bottom made with little minifigure heads. We got some red tail lights, and this big jet exhaust in the back. And there's a really cool play feature back here. When you turn this back piece, 2 of these pieces come off and reveal the hidden machine guns. There's not enough room for these pieces to actually hinge. They just explode off of the car. So every time Batman uses those machine guns, he has to go to the body shop and order new parts for his car. And these pieces right here just connect with 1 stud in the corner and rest on a plate on the other side. There's some stickers on the sides for some added detail. And moving on to the coolest plate feature, in my opinion, is the cockpit. And all you have to do is slide it forward. You don't even really have to lift up on it. It's connected with these 2 rods on the side, and it kind of just slides over the middle section, which is very smooth. Inside the cockpit, we've got 2 seats. We've got a bunch of stickers for the instruments. On the steering wheel, we have another printed Batman symbol. We've got the little shifters in the middle. It actually has a gas and a brake pedal. We've got little monitors in there, little gauges. On the back, we have these cool headrests. There's even a bunch of controls on the center console. And one of the coolest things is that the steering wheel actually controls the front 2 wheels. There's a whole system that you have to build. Turning the steering wheel actually moves the wheels left and right. The cockpit window is really cool. It's all 1 piece. I'm not sure if they use that piece in other sets. It certainly fits in nicely with this one. So this is built to the same scale as the tumbler. So I'm thinking building the tumbler and putting it next to this will make a very awesome display. Okay, so here's a look at the Lego Bugatti Chiron that I built in my last Lego build. They have a similar footprint. They take up about the same amount of space on your shelf. Just to warn you guys, once again, the Bugatti here was much more difficult to build than this guy. So if you're looking for a big Lego car set, but you don't want to deal with the difficulty of this one, the Batmobile would be a nice start. Okay guys, so that was the Lego 1989 Batmobile set. Really cool set, and now you guys can't say that I don't do DC stuff. We've got a whole box of Lego DC minifigures, and I thought we'd do another series of pack unboxings, much like the old Mr. Gold videos. So if you guys want to see us open these up on the channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. I've also got some DC statues on the way as well, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.